Hey everybody, so I've had some requests to review more foundation and concealer type products on this channel, so I'm trying to get on that. And one thing that I thought would be interesting to try and report back to you guys on is the Bare Minerals Conceal and Reveal set. Got this for $25 at Ulta. It contains 3 products. The full-size thing in this kit is the Correcting Concealer with SPF 20. It comes in the shade Medium 2. I believe there are 2 different shade options for this kit. Light 2 and Medium 2. So when I was there in Ulta, I decided to actually go to where these were being openly, displayed and you could swatch them. And after looking at those, I decided I would be the Medium 2, and that is a good match for my skin. But just keep that in mind, kind of limited in terms of shade selection for this kit. The other thing that you get, which I believe just comes in the 1 shade, is the Well Rested Face and Eye Brightener, and this is a mini size. And then the other thing is just one of the little Bare Minerals concealer brushes. Overall, my thoughts on this kit, I would not repurchase it. I don't think I would repurchase any of the products individually again. I think the brush is kind of average and really not all that unique as far as concealer brushes go. So taking that out of the equation, not a big fan of this Well Rested pen and this concealer. It's pretty good. I think it could suit a lot of people's needs who have maybe light to moderate skin issues or discoloration on their skin. If you've got major discoloration, if there's anyone out there dealing with melasma like I have, I didn't find this to be quite enough. And by the way, I did do a full video on my main channel about melasma. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you'll see this in the demo, but on me it shows up as kind of like almost tan birthmark-ish looking patches right up on top of my cheeks. Anyway, I did a video with a lot of general information on it and a couple of my favorite ways to cover it up. Something I've really come to realize is that where dark circles are concerned or where dark spots are concerned, I really enjoy using a peachy or salmon tone concealer on those areas. I just feel like nothing seems to camouflage as well as that tone does. With this concealer, it's a very creamy texture. If you have dry skin, I don't think this concealer would be super clingy or exaggerate that, but in fact, on my skin, this is a concealer that I really feel like I want to set with a bit of a powder because it just is so creamy. I really prefer to apply this with my finger. I just feel like I have a little more control in getting it blended out and also building it up. For my right eye, I pulled in the brush in the demo. You may not be able to see much of a difference in terms of the end result, but I just feel like it applies a little too much pressure. On my main areas of discoloration, this product actually provided a little better coverage than I expected it to, but it still wasn't as good as things like the Bobbi Brown Corrector in Bisque, Benefit Erase Paste, things like that. Just didn't completely eliminate the problem. I did end up going over that with a little bit of my Summer Bisque, which is the Bare Minerals powder format concealer. A, to really set the creamy texture of this, and B, to provide just a little more coverage, but still I don't feel like the melasma got covered perfectly. I'm still seeing it through the look. I used it around some minor redness around my nose and I thought it did fine in that respect. But this concealer runs 20 bucks on its own. In this kit it's 25 bucks, but you are getting a couple of those extra products. Now this Well Rested pen, this says Face and Eye Brightener. Well Rested original format is actually a powder. And I think that that's a pretty potent product. It seems to have pretty good coverage if you want to use it as an under eye setting type of brightener. It has coverage along the lines of the Bisque and Summer Bisque products that I talk about a lot. So I was really kind of disappointed when I found out how sheer this pen ended up being. I mean, if I'm to swatch a little bit here on my hand, I mean, I feel like it just kind of rubs away to nothingness. If I got any of this over an area where I used this concealer, it actually diluted the whole look and I had to go back with more concealer. I would suggest the Maybelline Dream Lumi pens that twist up kind of like this, or the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind erasers. I have one in Fair, and that product is pretty much what I expected this to be, but it did not really live up for me. I could take or leave this little brush. Not a fan of the Well Rested pen. This concealer, not a bad product, and I think if you've got what I would call like maybe a light to medium kind of discoloration that you want to cover up, I think this would do a pretty good job of it. I realize I'm putting this up against something kind of major where discoloration is concerned, and for that it wasn't quite hitting the mark for me. I'm just one face and one person offering my opinions on this stuff, but hopefully the video helped you see how it all works. So I appreciate you taking time to watch, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!